Welcome back, everybody, to another RoadKill Extra here. Back to back. We're visiting two of the least seen RoadKill project cars in this run. And this one was the first car that I worked on. Sean's Grand Marshal, based off of his old Impala. So, this was one of the cars that me and Sean made way back. And basically, Sean stripped the thing to the bare body and we put a fast drag motor in it. And we kept that for a long time, but this thing just constantly never worked well. It was never drivable, you couldn't really drag race it, the suspension always broke, the motor blew up about 3 times in this car, it always gets wrecked, and I did say in episode 20 that this car will be going away. But it's not. Me and Sean had discovered an idea. Sean's original idea for this car was to make it a fast drag car and an off-roader, which I did in episode 1. But we slowly went away from that. And after episode 21, I took the car and rebuilt it. Well, I'm not going to say new suspension because we still had the same issue. So much has been done to this poor car that putting the stock suspension on it or any type of Grand Marshal suspension, hint hint, isn't going to work. It's not going to work. It needs something more. So, we're going to lift it. There's a mod that I don't think you can get anymore in the BeamNG forums that basically adds the D series or the Roamer chassis underneath the Grand Marshal and lifts it about, I don't know, 8-9 inches, maybe? I don't know the exact measurement, but yeah, I think that might be good for this car because it'll hopefully be a straight axle, if not coilovers, and it can off-road. Now, what I did do it from episode 20 is that I tried to make this thing to a good track car, because RoadKill doesn't have many of that, that track purpose type of builds. It's either drag racing or shit. But this car is going to be relieving its track duties because I am going to be making another track car this season. So, I'm not going to need this thing. So, hopefully in a future episode, me and Sean are going to lift this thing onto either a D-Series or a Roamer chassis, put big-ass tires on it, and beat the shit out of this thing more. I did rebuild the motor. This thing is no longer a super fast drag car. It's got a tuned I think a 5.4 liter V8 with a stage 2 supercharger, and it has sport internals in it. I gave it these ETK rims because I wanted to give it that big rim look. Because I don't know, I kind of fell in love with that big rim look on cars, and I wanted to give it this. And they don't look bad. I like it. That's why I kept them. But yeah. Other than that, we found the original hood. As you can see, it's dented, and it still has nitrous. If you look in the back here, you can see the bottle there. Still has nitrous. And an exhaust. I put an exhaust on this thing. So, yeah. That's Sean's Grand Marshal. That's the future plan for it. And yeah, you'll see what happens with this thing on a future episode.